All right, everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about what the Patriots did in the first half versus what they did in the second half against the Jaguars in the AFC Championship game. The transitions they made, the changes on defense is like night and day. Let's get into it. All right, so first let's get a basic general understanding of the defense the Pats are typically in. They like to play what's called the bear front, which is derived from the old Buddy Ryan 46 defense. In this scheme, you're typically going to have a defensive lineman over the center playing zero technique and two other defensive linemen to his side playing the two technique directly over the guard or the three technique over the outside shoulder of the guard. Benefit of this is that it clogs up the middle, so on dive plays, on runs that are right up the middle, that'll be taken care of. You also have typically two pass rushers like James Harrison on the Patriots on the outside cutting off the edge, also a safety in the box. Corners typically going to play man. Another advantage of this defense is that it helps push the pocket back. So if you have three linemen coming in towards the quarterback, the pocket's going to move. He's not going to be comfortable, throw his timing off. He's going to have to get to the side. Two players to keep an eye on. Number 65, the center for the Jaguars, Brandon Linder, now the highest paid center in the league. He's vital to what they do in the run game. And also number 98 for the Patriots, Trey Flowers, defensive lineman. His play changed a lot from the first to second half, and really some of the things he did made the Pats successful and eventually win the game. Towards the end, we're going to take a look at Blake Bortles and what he did and didn't do and some of his mechanics and how that really affected the Jaguars negatively. So in the first half, the Jaguars ran the ball 15 times for 62 total yards. 25 yards to the left on 6 carries, 24 yards through the middle on 7 carries, and 13 yards to the right on 2 carries. So we see this first play here, no one's covering Linder, the center. It's going to give them a lot of space to give it to Fournette right up the middle. So in the first half, the Patriots really allowed the center, Brandon Linder, to have his way, move in space, get to the next level, and block the linebackers. In the second half, the league cracked down on that, tried to stand them up a lot more. Definitely something to keep an eye on. Also, Trey Flowers in the first half wasn't able to do his thing. So we see the technique the Pats are lined up in here, playing a 2 technique with 2 defensive linemen right over the guards and no one covering up the center. All right, this is a pretty interesting play here. The Pats are going to be in the 3-0-3 technique, the bear front on the outside shoulder of the guards. And we're going to see here the nose tackle is going to get pushed to the side. He's not coming downhill. He gets pushed to the side. That creates a lot of room. That's really something that should be pretty interesting because the Patriots did not allow that to happen in the second half. We see here a nice fake by Bortles. He's going to get everybody on the defense moved to the left side, whereas Linder's going to lead the offensive line to the middle and the right. Get up to the next level, hit those linebackers, and Fournette's on his way. Okay, we're going to have the Pats shift into the bear front right there. Line up over those interior offensive linemen. 2 back set for the Jaguars. And this time, though, however, Linder's going to get stood up by the defensive line. And there's going to have nice gap integrity. The Pats are able to get in there and make the tackle. In this play here, we're going to have a pulling guard from the right guard. He goes to the left side, and Linder's going to get stood up one-on-one. This is sort of foreshadowing what we're going to see in the second half, where if they occupy Linder, whether in bear or not, he's unable to get in space, move, get to the next level, and the Pats are able to use their speed to crash down on the running back. Here we're going to see a nice little bit of teamwork. We're going to have the middle linebacker, number 52. Once a ball is snapped, he's going to point out to their edge rusher on the left, hey, seal the edge, I got the middle. And, of course, Linder is actually double teaming a single Patriot lineman, so that creates a mismatch in terms of numbers and able to clog the middle. In the second half, the Pats were much more stingy on defense, allowing only 41 rushing yards on 15 carries, 34 to the left on 9 carries, 4 through the middle on 4 carries, and 3 to the right on 2 carries. So they really cracked down on it, and the defense up the middle, especially with Trey Flowers, really assisted in this. We're going to see here a second straight running play to the outside for the Jags. The Pats are all over it, where in the first half, the Jags were really able to move the ball up the middle and just grind away. In the second half, they had a couple plays like this that really didn't make that much sense because the Pats weren't giving them anything. Pats are going to be in the bare front here over the center and the guards. Trey Flowers on the right going to make a nice move, cut right inside, and really sort of stave off any cutback lanes if Fournette gets tackled anyway. What we're going to have here is a nice little demonstration of the bare front. We're going to have 3 defensive linemen that actually shift into bare. You're going to see a safety in the box. You're going to see 2 edge rushes on the side. James Harrison, number 92, is going to move to the right on the edge. And, of course, number 23, Chung, is going to come down to the box. They're going to get all the running lanes covered, and, of course, they're trying to maul them up front. You get about 3 yards on this carry. If you look here, there's nowhere for the ball carrier to go. Here we're going to see 2 edge rushers on the side. And one of them is actually going to be number 23, the safety Chung. The tight end is going to try to come to the other side and block number 55, but that gives Chung a open path right to the running back. And of course, 2 middle linebackers were going to clog anything up the middle anyway. The Pats really made it a much more physical battle in the second half, and they really tried to concentrate on standing up Linder so he couldn't get to the next level. Like I've said many, many times, but this really is what the film shows. This time here, number 93 on the left side is going to get occupied. It's Lawrence Guy, by the way, by the tackle and the tight end. Going to create room for Harrison and the other linebacker to come right up the middle, and he gets nothing. It's all about penetration. I really wonder what Bill Belichick said at halftime, because it just seemed like they came out more motivated, a lot more energy, and just a little bit more sound defensively. This play here, we're going to have 9 Patriot defenders in the box, including 2 defensive backs, number 24 and Chung, 23. Makes it really wonder why Bortles didn't change out of this play, because he just runs Fournette right into a wall of defenders, and there's nothing going on this play. I understand, if I'm not mistaken, this is the 4th quarter, but you know what? You got to start making some moves against the Pats, because we know Tom Brady's going to come and score the touchdown at the end of the game, right? So you have to be aggressive, and the Patriots knew that if they shut down Fournette, shut down that offensive line, shut down Linder, Bortles was not going to beat him, and the tape shows, once we get to the Blake Bortles section of this video, that he could not beat them. Once again, every gap is covered. Linebackers, defensive linemen moving in to the backfield. And really, Bortles just gives the ball right off and sends them to no man's land. So once the Pats clamped down on the running game, of course, Bortles was going to have to win the game for the Jags, and that was not going to happen. Really, the play calling got really messed up. So in the first half, on first down, they ran 10 times, and they passed 7 times. And the second half, they had 10 running plays on first down, only 3 passing plays on first down, including in the 4th quarter, 4 straight drives where they ran on first down and passed on second down. The Pats knew it was coming, and they were not able to be creative on offense to beat this great team. Second of all, in the 3rd quarter, they had the ball for 10 minutes and 45 seconds. They got 3 points off of that, and then a field goal early in the 4th, which I will give them. So in 10 minutes and 53 seconds, you only get 6 points. Not going to happen. The majority of the big gains in the passing offense for the Jaguars were on these screen passes, these little flare routes to the running backs and so on. Once Bortles had to throw the ball downfield in the 4th quarter, he had a lot of problems with mechanics, wasn't stepping up in the pocket. We'll see that. I'm not denying he made some nice throws downfield. But I think at that point, the Pats were really trying to concentrate on cutting down Fournette. So as we're playing man on the outside, yeah, he was able to get some nice little lanes. But once the Pats sort of realized, hey, we got Fournette locked down, just to concentrate on Bortles. Bortles got nervous. He couldn't handle the pressure. This tape speaks for itself. Let's take a look. We're going to see here Bortles rolls out, has a lot of defenders coming to his face, and the receiver creates some space when he comes back off his route. Problem is Bortles throwing the ball away here, or is he trying to get to the receiver? If he's trying to get that ball to the receiver, then he's got some serious accuracy problems. He's wide open. Pats are going to do something really nice in defense here. They're going to drop back the defender in the middle of the field. One of the safeties is going to move to the edge, really going to cut down on the passing. However, Bortles, to me, I think he had a guy open there. If he would have thrown the ball a lot sooner, I think he would have made a nice completion. This play here, the Pats got some nice coverage on the receiver. Bortles does step up in the pocket, but he doesn't seem to get a lot of mustard on the ball. And in some of the subsequent plays, let's take a look, because it seems he's sort of throwing with like half effort, just sort of chucks the ball with his wrist. It really doesn't make sense. Step into the throw, step up at the pocket, and get the ball to your receiver's hands. Here, linebacker's going to come right up the middle. It's got to get the ball away early. I know that. But with no safety helping out the cornerback on the bottom, he's got to put that ball further ahead where the receiver can get it, because it almost gets picked off. Here the Patriots are only going to rush 3 guys. One of them jumps back into zone. And look, Bortles going to step up in the pocket. But then he sort of double clutches, and then throws this little sidearm throw to the guy that's only a couple yards ahead of him. It's just really strange sometimes because it seems like he forgets his mechanics. And he just sort of plays this willy-nilly backyard football. Steps up. And listen, the guy's covered, but it just, you got to put that ball in front of him. And you got to stop doing these little tweaks to your throwing motion. This play here just infuriates me. The running back's going to take out the linebackers. You have plenty of time. He throws off his back foot. Watch here. Step up in the pocket. There is no one there. Fournette makes a nice play. Step up. He's throwing off his back foot. The guy's wide open, and because he throws off his back foot, the ball comes out lazy. The defender's able to tip it. He had that guy open. That was an easy completion he should have made. Left tackle and left guard here are going to give Bortles plenty of space, except he stays in the middle and gets hit by Trey Flowers. Step up to the left, and he makes that completion. Once again, Bortles is going to throw off his back foot with a weird hitch. Once we see the other camera angle, you're going to really notice right away that he throws the ball, sort of stops, and then throws it again. It's really strange. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt on this one. Ball was underthrown, but the receiver made a nice play. This play right here, this was the game. If the Jaguars converted this, it would have been a touchdown for Fournette. He's in a nice little wheel route. Look at this. One-on-one, step up. He doesn't do it. Wide open. He's got a couple yards on a defender, and he just can't make the throw. Let's take another look from this angle. Fournette's going to roll out to the left. Doesn't step up in the pocket. He's got a linebacker on him. There's a linebacker in Fournette. He can't make the play. That was the game right there. And although Bortles did not have a bad game, he actually played pretty well. Just missed some really big passes towards the end of the game. This one right here, of course, the last play, the 4th down, steps up in the pocket, puts a little extra muscle on the ball. But Gilmore just makes a hell of a play. Based on what the Pats did in the first half versus the second half to counter Brandon Linder, let's keep an eye on Eagles center Jason Kelce in the Super Bowl. He's going to be really important. Maybe the Pats can also do the same thing they did to Linder. Hope we learned a lot. Hope we really sort of took a look at what Bortles couldn't do. Maybe they need to move on to quarterback. We'll see you next time.